Hi, it's Trevor Leggett. Welcome to the Leggett podcast. Okay, right, so here we are today. Lorraine Deuré, who's my head of recruitment. Lorraine, so agents, you know, we recruit a lot of guys out in the field. So, you know, what's the criteria to be an agent commercial at 𝗀𝗲𝘁𝗲𝗿𝘁?
Goodness me, that's a leading question, isn't it? What is the criteria? Yeah. A big smile, a bucket load of passion, ambition.
Isn't it funny how some people actually love the job and actually once they do it and they've never done it, and when they get into it, they absolutely adore it and would never do anything else again. And so many people from all walks of life, doesn't matter where they come from, whether they've been ex-policemen, whether they've been teachers. You know, we've even had, well, what have we had? God, that's quite a fun subject.
Well, oh, goodness me, yeah. Well, I've been doing it for 6 years, so we've had a lot. We've had a lot. We've had,
What are the most obscure jobs that people have gone from?
Well, we do have what you said. We have the medical profession. We have the
we do have
legal profession. TV, people involved in TV production in the UK. Won't give any TV names away, but so we've had quite a few very interesting people coming through. Off the top of my head, think what are the funniest ones? That wouldn't be fair, would it? Because they'll probably watch this podcast.
They probably will.
They know that it's them. She's talking about me.
Yeah, but there's been some ways where you wouldn't expect them to make a great estate agent. You know, sometimes, like, you know, we've had one or two that I think because their organisational skills, the school teachers have been very good.
I think each
I think
of our
they're quite
agents,
pedagogic, obviously, you know, stating the obvious, but they're really organised with the paperwork, and there's quite a lot of paperwork to do in this job, and you need to have some sort of system of organising yourself, and yet some of the people you think were natural-born salespeople who would be brilliant are quite often disastrous.
Absolutely. I mean, each of our agents has a skill set different to anybody else's, so they use whatever skill set they've got, and it works really well. You know, again, they're running their own business. It's not like they're salaried, so people aren't telling them what to do. They're not giving them as much help as, you know, as if they were in a salaried role. So they have to have certain skill sets, but what they do find, because they work so much as part of a team within the local team, if they're missing any skill sets, there'll be another team member.
It rubs off from the others.
Who has those, so they'll either learn from them or they'll all work together. So that, I mean, they do have to come with a certain amount of, you know, background in as you say, organisation.
I think they've got to be prepared for the hours, because the hours are quite long. Because you've got to be, it's not literally working hard for hours, it's the question of the availability, isn't it? Not being able to turn your phone off and having to be available for people.
It's not a 9 to 5. It never has been, it never will be.
But so it suits some people because they like the freedom and they're adaptable and they can take the free time when they get it and work when they're needed to.
Absolutely.
But it's not really for somebody who wants a 9 to 5 office job, is it?
Does anybody want a 9 to 5
office
job?
Well, I would hate one. I can't bear being stuck in the same place. I've never liked routine either. So that was why I enjoyed the job, because, you know, and I don't really like being told what to do. I never really like that.
No. I think the majority of our international agents, so English-speaking agents that come to us, the reason that they're in France is because they have run away from the rat race. They're looking for a completely different lifestyle, more time with the family.
And I think the freedom and the fact that the job's different every day and that you're meeting new people, new places, new things. And, you know, if you've got an interest in interiors, design, homes, architecture, history, it feeds it. It's fascinating. I mean, I've always found it fascinating. I'm sure some people will find it absolutely boring. But, you know,
I think if somebody found that boring, they probably wouldn't apply.
No.
All of the agents or candidates that come to us in the recruitment department come to us because they're passionate about France, they're passionate about property. Yes, as you say, interior design, how to renovate the French property, all of that. That was the passion.
You can tell the ones who love it, can't you? Because they're the ones making a load of money.
Absolutely, but they
and the one for who it's painful and it's difficult, then they don't even get the instructions. And unfortunately, until they've tried, they don't really know if they're going to be in it. Neither do we. After 30 years of recruiting agents and having had a lot of people work for us over the years, some of whom are still there.
Yep,
they've been there with us from the beginning. I am still absolutely incapable of telling you if I met someone, if they're going to be a good agent or not. Are you capable of
Absolutely not. And neither are they. None of us know.
No, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. All we have to do basically is just to give them as much information as we can on what it involves and what the job is.
Give them all the tools.
Exactly. The training, that's really important. You can't just go out there and be a real estate agent in France without correct
but then
training.
Again, you find some people really absorb training and they really embrace it and want to learn them. And the others seem reluctant to want to do anything really with it at all.
It's always, again, it's always going to be that. Everyone's different. They don't. Some don't realise until they start, this isn't for me, or, you know, I'm not prepared to do this much training. We
obviously have to invest quite a lot of money in them before we actually find that out, which is, you know, well, that's just the name of the game.
It is, but that's where the recruitment process comes in, because we give the candidate enough information that they can then go away, and whilst we're deciding on them, they're also deciding on us and the job as to whether it's, you know, it suits them. So everyone goes in with their eyes wide open. That's the most important.
We're a fairly soft sell company with a very sort of human approach to the way we do business, but you know, I think people who have come from that sort of hard sell environment won't really fit in with us. I don't think it's not really what we do.
In fact, the more salesy the person, if someone's come from a really salesy background, you know, very restricted, very 𝗀𝗲𝗲𝗿, then they're the ones that are less likely than somebody who was a nurse or a policeman or, you know, or any of the other.
Well, it's a people business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, anyone that's good with people.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they're friendly, they're cheerful, they're enthusiastic. I mean, they're going to do business.
You have to be honest as well. The most important thing.
Would you confide your home in somebody, well, first of all, that you didn't trust?
No.
In fact, most importantly, you didn't like.
No. Big smile, be honest, and always be honest. And, you know, a lot of our agents that we recruit, you know, the reason that they are so successful is because they live locally, which means that these people that they're selling their property or, you know, introducing buyers. These are these are their neighbours. These are people that are going to live locally.
Well, look at the guys that have been with us for years. I mean, they don't even need to go looking for instructions. They all come to them. So, I mean, once they're established and they've got that position in the community where they're a trusted member of the community, the notaire has a great relationship with them and what have you. I mean, it's relatively easy because there's always complications during the negotiation. There are always problems to iron out. And of course, that's what they're there for as a negotiator. That's their job, to negotiate and smooth out the process. But, you know, it is quite rewarding. And I think that's why people are good at it, stick at it, because one, they earn pretty good money. Two, they've got the freedom that they want. And we're not really the kind of, like, you know, as most of our agents are self-employed, they do pretty much what they want. They have to keep to the code of ethics. They have to keep to, you know, legal restraints in the business that are ever changing. I mean, everything since I started this job, my God, have they brought some legislation in. I mean, it is a nightmare. I would not want to sell my home myself. Not now. No way.
No.
Even I wouldn't do it now, because I've been, like, you know, I just think there's so many pitfalls. There's so many problems. Yeah. I mean, for once, I mean, when I first started, probably, I used to think agents charged quite a lot of money and they didn't represent very good value for money. And, you know, now when you look at what's entailed in the job, you think, well, my God, they've earned their fees.
Exactly. I think that's what a lot of people don't realise. It's just what it is to be an agent and the job that they actually have to do. So not wanting to put off agents who want to join us. It's a job. It's not a pastime. It's a serious job. Absolutely. Absolutely. But our agents are fully trained and kept up to speed with all these legal changes, and that's the most important thing, because, you know, we can't afford to make a mistake.
Well, of course, I mean, as far as recruitment, I mean, I imagine that one of the key things for a lot of the potential new agents that join us is that the head office support from the contracts team, having a call centre in place, so somebody's always there to answer the phone with their leads. Absolutely. They've always got a legal team to lean back on, for, you know, and bilingual at that. So everybody in the company is bilingual. That's all the staff and all the agents. That
kind of sets us aside from other international agencies in France, and that's what most of the agents joining us appreciate, is the personal touch as well. So you can have head office support, but when we give head office support to our agents, they know us by first name. They've got our direct telephone number. And it is the family business, isn't it? We all just get on with everybody.
Well, we're all a bunch of mates anyway, aren't we?
Absolutely,
even in or outside of work. So
you
know, and so we kept it like that and tried to keep it like that and keep it efficient. I mean, even though we've grown now to a business of excess of probably 800 people, it's still pretty fun. You know, I mean, this year's been a bit tricky. But,
that's real estate.
you know,
yeah.
That's good.
But no, it is the relationship. Definitely the relationship between the field sales force, so the independents, the self-employed workers, and the head office staff. There's, you know, I don't think you can compare that to any other international agency in France.
No.
It's
well, a lot of them say
brilliant.
international and don't do any marketing or anything overseas whatsoever. And unfortunately, and then, you know, unless you speak absolutely fluent French, you're going to find it quite difficult to work within those structures.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is what Lorraine does. This is head of recruitment. She finds me all our new agents every year.
And it's a pleasure.
Good. And we've worked together for an awful long time.
Yeah, we have. 6 years.
Blimey.
I know.
Wonderful. Anyway, there you go. A little bit of an insight into recruitment and being an agent in France. Thank you very much.
And if anybody is interested in joining us, then...
speak to 𝗀𝗲𝘅𝘁.
Contact 𝗀𝗲𝘅𝘁. I'm here for you.
Bye.